Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's me, Mitch. How are you, everybody? Good to see you. Welcome. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Mitch. You know what comes next. Drink it if you got it. Drink it if you got it. And I hope everybody can hear me this morning because I had a last minute audio setting and got it switched right at the last second. So I may have a little delay this morning in the way my mouth moves. A little delay, not much, but we'll get back to the way it was later when I figure it out. Well, nobody's complaining that you can't hear me, so I guess you can. Okay, I'm keeping an eye on the chat. Well, good to see everybody. And a brief appearance on with Kelsey this morning, and he's a busy boy. He's a busy boy. Barry did a great job on that cereal box of Special K, Kelsey. I think that's going to become his new identity, Barry. I don't know. We'll see. Gary NOSLOW's here. How you doing, Gary? Yes. Gary, everybody was about ready to send a search party out for you. Yes, yes, sir. They're about to send a search party out yesterday. We were on our panel yesterday. We were very worried, wondering what happened to you. I said, he's probably all right. I guess I was right. This morning, last night, we had the usual suspects chime in. Rough Carnivore, Yellow Rose last night, Mary M., all the people over in Europe, Lady June. How you doing, guys? And then, well, we had, it started at about 6:30 when Kilts went off the air. DJ Bro Barry Simon chimed in, and a lot of chatting. And I'm going to have to skip through it. Barry reminds us of the Boston meetup a week from Saturday. God, a week from Saturday. Wow. It's coming fast. It's coming upon us. It's my first coffee this morning. I've been up since 4. Now 4. I rolled out of bed at 4 a.m. Wow. And I didn't get to bed last night till about 11:15. But that doesn't seem to matter. That doesn't seem to matter. I was doing a lot of editing last night. I was just busy. Website work for one of my clients. And wow, next thing I knew, it was like 11:15. I usually get to bed between 9 and 10. So didn't stop me from waking up at 4 o'clock, though. Good morning, D. How are you? You're talking to Yellow Rose, and you were talking to Amanda and Barry and everybody, and I got to skip through all that chat real quick and get up to when, so if I missed anybody, sorry. Richard Williams, how you doing, Richard? Good morning to you. Michael Pregler checked in. How are you, Michael? And Jerry Voitush, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Brian Aries here. Hiya, Brian. Wow. I'm glad to see you guys came to the coffee shop this morning. Liz is here. Black Box Warning. Good to see you. And Gary chimed in. Good morning, everybody. Yes. Good to see you, Gary. Good to see you. Oh, wow. Growing. And John Logan's here. Hi, John. How are you? Good to see you. And 7 o'clock. God, these guys must have something because they're getting very, very good at this. Lambs first this morning. Robbie Autry photo finish. Congratulations, guys. Anthony is here and Chuck is here. Hiya, Chuck. How are you? Put some QQQs in the chat if you want to get my attention. Let's see. Don Shankar said good morning. How are you? Lady June came back this morning, said how are you? Lizzie, good morning, Lizzie. Good to see you. And Peter's here. The gang's all here. Wow. Wow. I think I said hi to Larry, but I'll do it again just in case. Michael, Kenny, how are you, Michael? Good to see you. Good to see you. And here we have Marla Kelly and Danny. Hiya, Danny. Boy, this little Boston meetup of yours is getting a lot of publicity. I wish I could. I really wish I could be there. I'll be there in spirit and virtually, as it stands right now. Of course, a lot could happen in 9 days. What? Today is the 13th, 20th. Yes, 9 days. Wow. God, it's Thursday already. Holy mackerel, where'd this week go? I'm sure, I guess, do most of you feel the way I am, that you wake up Thursday or Friday and say, what the hell happened to Monday? Oh, the coffee's good. And Danny saying hi to everybody. And you're all in chatting mode this morning. And Chris Swain in Australia. Trouble with the Lux converter. Hope all well. Good to see you, my friend. Good evening or afternoon to you. No, it's got to be evening already. Donna Ray. Hi, Donna Ray. Bacon Runner. And I'm going to try not to get too far behind today. Got a few things to talk about. I'm releasing my elliptical video this afternoon. I think it's right before 2:15 Eastern Time. I had a lot of trepidation about that one, especially with the way the unboxing went. Mike Silly knows what I'm talking about. But it came out pretty good, about 17 minutes long. And I sent a copy. To Jenny Lee, my contact at the company over there, Jenny Lee. And they like to take a look at these things, although they can't control. But they always want a last-minute shot of telling you, can you add this to the description? Can you put these hashtags in the description? Things that help them get their products seen. And I'm happy to do that for them. So I play that game. I'm not going to change my opinion for anybody. And that's, whenever I talk to these people, I basically say, if you're not certain that I'm going to like this thing, don't send it to me. So I said, and they're in China. So I finally got the edit all done, and I worked on that a long time yesterday, and it got to be later in the night. This is one of the reasons I was up so late, was I was going back and forth in an email with China, which usually doesn't happen, because usually when I send an email, they're in bed. When they send an email, I'm in bed. But I was up late. It was it was mid-morning in China, and for the first time, we had a back and forth. So I sent them the link to an unlisted video so they could take a look at it. And I get an email. Back from this little girl, Jenny Lee. I imagine she's a little girl. That's how I picture most of these They all have cute little names like Jenny or Winnie or Cece or sometimes I think they're an AI that I'm dealing with. I would be surprised. But I got this email back from Jenny, and I never got an email like this from any of these people. And let me find what she said here, and I can read it to you. Here it is. It's right here. No, it's right here. That's not it. You know, Gmail has a habit of putting all the emails together in a long story, and to try to find out of this whole long list, try to find the one that you want. Sometimes you got to do a lot of searching. So let's see if I can do this. She sent this email. Here it is. Here it is. She says, "Hi, Mitch. We love the video." And love is in capital letters. I couldn't believe it. I never got an email like this from them back when I sent them the video. They usually say, they don't generally comment about the video, but if they're waiting for the video before they send me my discount codes and things like that, then I'll get the discount codes. But this one's, "Hi, Mitch. We love the video. It's so fun and entertaining. And we really love your storytelling style. Our whole team loved it and thought you did an amazing job." Wow, I couldn't believe it. And this thing came in last night about 9:30 in the evening. They said, "No changes or anything needed from our end. It's perfect as it is, so feel free to post it. Thanks for putting so much thought into it. We had so much fun watching it and really appreciate the effort you put." Now, I'll tell you what, that's worth more than money. When I get a comment like that from somebody in China that doesn't know me, that makes me feel good. That may be all, what's the expression, blowing air up my skirt, but it was so nice. It was so nice. So it came out pretty good. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you all think of my, because it is a kind of a strange little video. It's different. I hope you'll be amused by the opening. How much can you say, after all, about an elliptical machine? Tuka! Hi, Tuka, how are you? Good morning over there in Finland. Good to see you. And Quicker Ticker, good morning all. Good morning all. Don't forget, put some QQQs in there. Anybody I haven't said hi to? CB. Hi, CB. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. Good to see you. Said hi to Lizzie, I think. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Pardon the silence, my friends. Sandy Blythe. Hey, Sandy, did I say hi to you? I think I may have, but just to be sure. Loretta Nadow, good morning, darlings. Have a fabulous day. You too, Loretta, as usual. As usual. Holy cow. I made it to the bottom of the chat already. Wow. Not that there won't be any more chat, but that's an accomplishment at 7:15. Well, folks, take the rest of the day. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I guess I'll have to join in the conversation when I see a topic worth talking about. So in other reviewing news, you see what I got over here on my screen. CB has been playing around with AI. That sounds very dangerous. And he sent me a series of 4 pictures. He sent me a series of 4 pictures that about Kelsey. And I'll show them to you. Let's see. The first one was of Kelsey. I don't know. He's something carnivores, because I'm looking at this sign up here. I don't know where he was. Devour. Evidently some conference he was speaking at. And then the next picture is still Kelsey. Well, they're talking about beef, evidently. In the next picture, Kelsey is showing off what carnivore has done for him. And I think I'm going to make sure that I don't get on his bad side. And that was that picture should have probably come first. But that's cool. That's cool. I mean, that's cool. He hasn't seen these yet, CB, unless you sent them to him as well. So I'll make sure that he gets to see these. But that's funny. I thought that was funny. And we have a question. A question from Karen. You said you are not quite satisfied with the eating section in your book. What would you change? Well, that's a good point. That's a good point. I wrote that book as a low-carb, Atkins, paleo, zone diet follower 25 years ago. Everything I said is still true, but at that point, I wasn't in the vegetables and plants are trying to kill you mindset. So I didn't talk at all about that in the book. So I think at 25 years ago, what I talked about in the book was more of the effects and damage from too much sugar. Seed oils weren't a thing yet in the healthy eating community. Nobody even talked about it. I doubt that the term seed oils was ever even used. We always talked about vegetable oils, and we all thought there was nothing wrong with them. And I used olive oil back in those days and everything. And I did good on those. I felt good on those diets. It worked for me. I wasn't aware yet of the monstrous power that addiction had on me, because it was 25 years ago. But the stuff I said in that book is still true today. I've just learned so much more. And come back in 10 years. Let's hope that's not wishful thinking. But come back in 10 years. And I'll be talking about, well, 10 years ago when I said this and that, we hadn't learned this and that yet. And that's the thing about knowledge. It just compounds and builds on itself. And the biggest mistake a human being can ever get is to get married to a concept or married to something that you believe today and not have the open mind to not say, or feel bad about yourself or ashamed of yourself and say, wow, I was so wrong, but I found out this other thing. And I've always lived my life that way. I'm willing to, I used to say, I wear sneakers so that I can change direction in an instant. You know, Zig and Zagler, a tennis player. Because you have to, that's the way your mind has to be, unfortunately. Most of our lives revolve around some kind of belief system that we have, be it beliefs about proper diet, religion, politics, all these things that may or may not be true or may not be somebody else's propaganda. But when we settle into something, it becomes, and I think this is one of the most dangerous words in our culture, it becomes an ideology, a set of beliefs that we're convinced is the truth. And we run around saying, la, 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 my mind's made up, don't confuse me with new information. I don't want to hear it. You're wrong, and we fight. And that's pretty much the basis of all strife in the world among human beings. You don't see that anywhere more than in the, we know what the term OG means. Originally, it meant original gangster. We've co-opted it, I have, to mean old guy. But there's a OV as well in our community. OV means old vegan. Like Walter Willett. Like all these Seventh-day Adventist YouTubers, doctors, people in high positions in government and universities, that their veganism has become an ideology, unshakable and unchangeable. We see it every day. We see it every day. And just like in science, science advances one funeral at a time, they say, because these ideological people are vested in things they believed when they started their career that was built on this particular idea. And they won't change. And even if they know or have an epiphany that, oh my God, the kind of epiphany that Ken Berry had, and he talks about it, and that's an example of what an epiphany is. He says, he should wake up one day and say, what the hell am I doing? I'm not helping people. I'm not curing people. That's why he became a doctor. But he had a practice, he had medicine, he had patience. Most people who have a reputation, years and years of preparing for this career, and a big income, are not going to come out and say, whoa, time out, everybody. Time out. Remember what I said yesterday? I'm sorry. Mea culpa. Mea culpa. I haven't fixed anything. In fact, I can't even fix myself. Look at me. I'm a 297-pound fat, pre-diabetic. I mean, this is Ken Berry. That's the reason I admired him so much. That's one of the reasons I admire Kiltsy so much. He's paying the price for that now. They're trying to throw him out as a doctor from his fertility association. They go after doctors that don't toe the line. They try to take their licenses. People, I heard a dietitian or a nurse once on YouTube talking about, well, when I talk to my patients, I have to talk about healthy fruits, vegetables, and whole grains and everything, but I'm I'm a carnivore. So I got a little flyer, and I fold it up. And after I give them my speech about what I'm supposed to say, I say, but listen, all that stuff that I just said here, take this home. Put it in your pocket. Don't let anybody see that I gave it to you. And read it. Well, it's a shame that we have to behave like hunted revolutionaries. How I got started down that rabbit hole, I think I remember, but it's too late to go back. It was from that question about why did I change my book? Because I'm one of these people that if I hear something tomorrow that shatters my whole belief system, and I'm convinced that it's true and that I was wrong, I'll be making videos about it and screaming, I've seen the light. Don't watch my old video. I mean, I will do it because I think the greatest accomplishment that a human being can have is to be in control of your mind enough to accept when you're dead wrong, stop what you were doing that may have been harmful because of what you were teaching. And obviously guys like Walter will never and can never do it. Too much money. You want to know another guy that's in the public eye that has no ability to get off of his ego and his ideology? That's Anthony Fauci. And you know what I'm talking about. And these people are the biggest criminals because they do more harm to more people with their antiquated ideas built on bullshit and propaganda. And we all know now that the whole cholesterol thing is wrong. We understand diabetes, and when I was in the hospital, I could see that people were creating diabetics, not curing diabetics, with the amount of sugar they were cramming down our throats and the insulin shots to keep us alive afterwards. It's crazy. Good morning, Retired Rick. How are you? I'm not happy unless I'm ranting about something, but this, I think, is very important. We must now, we got to be careful if our minds are open, because that opens us up to somebody else's new propaganda. So you better have a great bullshit filter. And I'm proud of mine. You better have a great bullshit filter if you have an open mind. Otherwise, you're not going to be immune to this bullshit because your mind's made up. Maybe in some respects that's better. Unless what your mind's made up to is killing you. And we're all different. And we're all different. I'm gonna keep scrolling because I have managed to get myself a little behind. Rick is here. Marriage is near for me. And what does that mean, Rick? I don't get that. Is that a typo? I didn't think you're going to get married. Wow, that would be something. It will be something. Anyway, good morning, Rick. How are you? How are you? I got to figure out what Rick was talking about here. Lacey Campbell, good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you from Michigan. Yes. Time to go get those new glasses. It's sad when I can see clear when I lift them up that I can through them, but I need them because of all the prism and astigmatism corrections. We've talked about that in the past. And Rick's saying hi to everybody. Wow, wow, wow. Look at the chatting. And Danny says, anyone else able to attend the meetup in Boston area on August 22nd, email us. And the email address is Simon, no spaces, Simon Barry E at gmail.com. And that, I think, is going to both Danny and Barry. Tonight we have the members community at 7 o'clock at a panel. Be there, be there. Barry Simon announces Kelsey is coming. Big deal. It is a big deal. It is a big deal. Kiltz is a fun guy to be around. He's a fun guy to be around. And some of that energy is contagious from him. It really is. Really is. You all saw the video when he marched in to our meetup here. That's part of that pre-show thing that I had. And I think he's going to be... Did he say today that he's going to be on it maybe 5 o'clock tomorrow morning because he's got to be on an airplane at 6? That guy spends more time on airplanes, flying airplanes, in airplanes. I used to be that way. What am I? I'm 9 years older than him. That's a big 9 years. You know, little philosophy. This is the philosophy hour on Morning Coffee with Mitch. All I need is a fireplace behind me, a smoking jacket, a leather wing chair. You remember those little speeches, fireside chats. What was I going to talk about? Oh, it'll come back to me. It'll come back. I just spared you a fireside chat, my friends. I had it all arranged in my head. I had a whole lecture, and it's because it was in my short-term memory and not my long-term memory. That's another subject for a fireside chat, how memory works. Why we remember certain things, we can't remember other things. How come sometimes things we should know are on the tip of our tongue? It's all explainable. And it's all physiology, and it's all the way the brain works. And it's normal. And everybody experiences it. Here I am going off on another tangent. But let's get back to what's really important. Evidently, I missed Susie. Susie is here because everybody's saying hi to her. Move, everybody!
Yeah! Get your good day started right! WEFM in the morning. Radio WEFM in the morning.
Come on, you can do it. It's only about 20 seconds worth.
WEFM in the morning.
Yes! Just the mere presence of Susie triggers that craziness. And it did yesterday morning too. We finally got Susie into the panel after technical difficulties galore. And here's somebody. Who is this? Bella Girl. Bella Girl, I don't recognize your name. Welcome. Making herself right at home. Good to see you, Bella. I guess that's your first name is Bella. Welcome. And here is RG. How are you? Kiltz might have to move his practice to Mexico. No, he'll be all right. He'll be all right. We've been talking a lot about that. One day he wants to just retire and sell the whole mess. Next day he wants to fight like hell and hire every lawyer on the planet. I understand what he's going through. I had my business stolen from me. And they've succeeded. And it ruined me. So I remember the sheer torment and worry and anxiety and fear and anger that I went through as this was happening. And I was fighting like hell, doing everything I could. the experience itself, whether I won or lost, was still incredibly stressful. So he's going through that, and he's managing to keep his positive face on all the time. But we talk a lot about it, and whatever happens, he's going to come out fine. He's going to come out fine. He'll deal with it. Gary Fetke did. Some other doctors who've been raked over the coals by these people that simply will not admit that a plant-based diet isn't what they think it is, isn't everything that they think it is. I think we're pretty well convinced now, but is that an ideology? We got to be careful not to make this carnivore thing into a religion, because that is the basis of a religious thing. It's an ideology, an unshakable, unmovable set of beliefs that you have accepted as true with no room for debate anymore. Anytime we do that in life, we get in trouble. If you don't agree with somebody's ideology, you're labeled a denier. And we found ways to keep people in line by labeling them as racists, deniers, conspiracy theorists. We try to make them look insane and crazy to everybody else. Whether they're right or wrong has nothing to do with it. Their ideology is just opposed to ours, and we're immersed. We're in that with the plants are trying to kill you and eat meat debate. It's all politics. It's still like religion, and it's all ideology. And until we accept that for what it is, open our minds, critically think about it, the world's just going to keep chugging along the way it always has. Josephine, how are you? Good morning to you. Good to see you. My phone went ding. Okay. I was using this phone this morning on Kelsey's live stream. It's got this magnetic thing in the case. I got a tripod that I just smack it up against. I had it unfolded like this, and I had it in the portrait mode.
The requested action is not supported by this service.
Okay, sorry. It's talking to me. I didn't ask you, Bixby. Why are you? It's listening all the time. At any rate, I had it up on the tripod like this, and I could see the whole thing just like I see the monitor in front of me. It's a great way to do a remote, live stream thing, StreamYard thing. Let's see what I got here. Was it from Barry? I don't see any new emails from Barry. Yes, it's from Barry. Oh, thank you, Barry. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. Let's see what it is. I guess I'm not. He didn't say don't show this, so I'm not going to preview it. I am just going to have faith that Barry won't get me in trouble. I don't have much faith in much, but I do have faith in some things. And one of them is Barry Simon. So Barry, you're on.
WEFM. That's right, WEFM Daily Meatcast. Morning Coffee with Mitch. 100% beef, baby. Live streaming from Fogo de Chao in Burlington. Noon to 4 p.m. this Saturday, August 22nd. Don't miss it. It's going to be meaty.
Oh, I like that. I like that. I'll keep that. I'll keep that right on my screen. In fact, I'm going to take a second now, and I'm going to rename that file, and I'm going to name it Boston Live Promo. So I'll know what it is. All right. That's going to live right there. Okay, Barry, that was great. That was great. I'll play that. I'll play that every morning. And I see something down here from Liz. Liz says, with respect to vegan dogma, it's not going anywhere anytime soon. The USDA depends heavily on pushing their magical nature of plant foods. Well, absolutely right. Absolutely right, Liz. There's too much of our government has already been legislated. Our control over agriculture, that's their job. U.S. Department of Agriculture. Now, when somebody says to you, agriculture, what's the first thing that crosses your mind? Are we talking about plants? Or are we talking about raising cattle and chickens? Because both of them are agriculture. But it seems to me that the term agriculture, we become an agricultural society in the last 15,000, we seem to equate that with a move towards plants, not a move towards animals. If the opposite was true, then the cavemen lived in a predominantly meat-based agricultural society. So again, it's in the definitions, and it's in how long it's been happening, where people finally accept it as, well, it's the way it is. It's the way it is. It becomes part of culture. So agriculture, and Michael Pregler says, agriculture around here means corn, soy, and soybeans. Yes, that's what most people think about it. Farming. They think animal agriculture is just something way off to the side. You travel around this country, you see these big farms, the biggest farms. They have acres and acres and acres and acres and acres of rows and rows of things growing, and that's agriculture. That big warehouse-looking building off in the distance that has 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 chickens in it, we don't think about that the same amount. It doesn't take up nearly as much land. With animal agriculture, you need the land to be untouched. You need the land to be unspoiled, unfarmed, unsown, unplowed, everything. You need a bunch of animals roaming around, crapping all over the place, no matter what they eat. So while animal agriculture, we're as carnivores continually yelling, well, animal agriculture, we need more self-sustainable farms. Well, self-sustainable means the cows fertilize the field. And the grass that grows, that's their food, has more nutrients in it, and they're healthier, without regard for who's going to eat them. And that's an interesting concept if you think about it. Every living thing on this planet eventually becomes food for some future generation of living things, whatever it may be. We accept that. None of us lives forever. We all decay. We all get eaten eventually by either microbes or lions. But something's going to eat all of us someday. If we get cremated, the ashes get blown up in the air and they fall on something. And I guarantee you some microbe somewhere is going to be munching away on your ashes. Maybe 100 miles from where your funeral was held. It's a reality. We're the only animals on the planet that actually recognize that reality. Animals don't have any concept of death. And Rick reminds us that entropy always wins. Yes, Rick, we're well aware. We're well aware of all the laws of thermodynamics. And yet, somehow, entropy that says everything reverts to a simpler state, somehow, life has overcome entropy in so many ways. Life exists in the face of entropy. Growth fights entropy. It has to be constantly maintained, but entropy is not the be-all, end-all, or else there would only be hydrogen atoms in the universe. Nothing would have ever gotten any more complicated than that, or helium. So yeah, entropy is a reality. But when it comes to life, life conquers entropy until life stops living. When life dies, entropy does take over. But during our lifetimes, it's a constant battle against decay. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. You don't ever hear me talk about entropy. I don't think it has any place in our conversation about what do you need to do to fight it. You can't use it to explain everything because entropy has no place in explaining life and growth. That's anti-entropy, I guess. Now, I'd like to hear your views on what I just said. And next time we get in a live stream together, remind me. Let's talk about entropy. I think you really understand entropy, Rick, but one of the most misunderstood concepts about the second law of thermodynamics, which basically postulates that energy can neither be created or destroyed, is that the same concept that all of the calories in, calories out stupidity is based on. And the one caveat in the second law of thermodynamics that most people never say, maybe don't even know, are just one qualifier. And that is, in a closed system. Human beings are not a closed system. We are connected to the air we breathe, what goes in our mouth and what comes out the back part. The rules of entropy do not apply unless we seal a human being in a chamber where we can measure everything in all the air in the chamber to see what really is interacting with the physiology of the subject in the chamber. We know exactly what he ate. We know exactly what came out the back end. We know exactly what he breathed in and what he breathed out. And then we can calculate things like how much energy he's really using. But we can't use the second law of thermodynamics unless we have a closed system. I'm not a student of it, but I do grasp some of the nuances, I think. At any rate, that's my professor's hat and my caveat that governs everything that I say. I may be wrong, and this is my opinion. I'm like the weatherman. I always allow for a certain percentage of error. And it would be arrogant of me to think that I'm the final authority on anything. I wish other people were like that. I wish they were. Kathy, how are you this morning? Pond Apple, good to see you. Good to see you. We're not too far behind, so it's been an easy day. Been an easy day. So, I got a FedEx notice this morning. I got to keep you guys up on the adventures of Mitch. I got to tell you, this is becoming a lot of fun. This is becoming a tremendous amount of fun. I now have 2 scooters and another e-bike on the way to me. Can you believe that? And you may say, bitch. And I'll say, what? You say, why the hell? It's not for the money. Although I did get notified yesterday from Easwy, that last scooter review I did, that somebody ordered one. And when you think of such a limited use item for most people, it's not like a frying pan or an air fryer where, I might show it off and people buy 50 of them because they're cheap. We're talking about something that very few people, they may need them, but they may not be able to fit them into their lives. And I think it's a long shot after you make the video. And the company knows this when they send these things out. And what they're basically doing, the company, I don't know if they even expect to sell a lot of this stuff off of these internet things, but they have tremendous marketing. And they're basically saying to a guy like Mitch, tell you what, Mitch, we got a scooter that's worth $1,000. If we hired somebody to make a video that's 10 minutes long for us to promote, can you imagine the cost of a 10-minute promotional video? $1,000 a minute? More than that. Especially if you have to hire actors and you have to write scripts and you have to get lighting and you got to get cameramen. And it's crazy. But here's a bunch of YouTubers that'll work for toys. And they'll make us a video. And even if we get 10 of these videos, one of them is going to be good enough to put on our website where the general public hopefully will find their way. So one of the things I've noticed in these agreements that you have with these companies that send you something is they want a video and they specify we'd like it to be, it's usually about 10 minutes long, between 5 and 15, 20 minutes long. We want to make sure you mention our company in it any number of times. The content is up to you. They evidently have seen my content and they like my crazy style. That's not like an infomercial. It's like a crazy old man. They like that. They're trying to reach an audience of other crazy old people. And they want me to take some high quality photographs. And this is a cheap way for them to acquire marketing material at a fraction of what it would cost them if they had to go out and hire all these high-priced professionals to produce it. I can produce sometimes it can cost $1 million to produce a 10-second ad for like Super Bowl. Millions of dollars. And that's why they do it. And that's why I do it. I don't expect to make any money off of them selling 10,000 scooters. No, I do it. It just gives me YouTube content. That's my main motivating factor. It gives me a reason to make a YouTube video and keep my channel relevant. Because other than that, in these morning live streams, which have a very limited audience, what else have I got to say? How else can I show you how to cook a steak or shop at Sam's Club? So this is fabulous for me. It keeps me busy and I get a lot of toys out of it and I'm happy with that. So when these people want to send me things, it gives me something to do. So I got 2 more scooters, really portable ones. That's what I'm interested in. What good is a scooter if you can't take it with you? I don't need a scooter around the house. I'm past that now. I need a scooter for when I got to go out and I know I'm going to have to travel miles and miles and miles while I'm there. Like at a convention. If I go to a carnivore meetup in Tennessee, I better have a scooter with me. There's no way at this point that I could walk that much in one of those convention halls. That's why if I go to Nashville for meat stock next year, I will drive. It's not that bad. I've driven to Nashville and beyond many times when I was going to Jet meetups. And I'll take a scooter or two in my car. And even though I might be able to walk, I would kill myself with all that walking. So you'll hear this little toot, 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 get out of my way, and that'll be me. I can go to a meetup like that, even after I had this stroke. And I fully intend to. And I think they're a tremendous way to live. So, yeah, I'd like to have a few of them. I'm busy trying to figure out where I'm going to keep all these things. Pretty soon I'm going to have to rent one of those damn storage units. You got a storage unit that'll fit 50 scooters? Anyway. Oh, wow. Oh, that's great. Steve McAvoy says, Mitch, how far are you away from Ocala? Should be far. I am a long way. I'm 3-4 hours from Ocala. Yeah. Sorry, Steve. I'm not gonna be going to Ocala. Anthony. Agra equals corn. Yes. Anthony is a man of very few words. Oh, that's great. That's great. So I got all these scooters, and I got another thing that I'm going to take a flyer on it. A company sending me an e-bike, a two-wheeled one, not a trike. And I have to be very careful. But I think I'll be able to handle that. I've been on motorcycles all my life and bicycles and all that stuff, and my balance, I think, has improved enough because a bicycle acts like a gyroscope when it's moving, and it almost balances itself. So it'd probably be easier for me to balance on a two-wheel bike. At any rate, they want to send me one, and I'm going to give it a shot. It looks like a nice, lightweight, fairly simple one. Not decked out with all the gadgets. They bill it as kind of a city commuter thing. Now, they're selling to people in countries that cars take a back seat to mopeds, scooters, motorcycles, e-bikes. You go downtown Tokyo or Hong Kong, and or Thailand or India, anywhere in India, it's all you see is scooters. When I was in the cigar business and I used to travel to Central Dominican Republic, it was crazy with the scooters. They're all riding, everybody's riding scooters. I don't know if we're ahead of that. And Rick's arguing with me. He says entropy always wins. I disagree, Rick. All depends on your time frame. We probably shouldn't debate that. Your mind's made up and my mind's made up. So we'll leave it at that. You tell everybody about entropy. I continue to say entropy plays no part in how you cook your steak tonight. It's great in theory. There is no actionable education that you can derive from talking about entropy, unless you're trying to either support or debunk calories in, calories out. That's entropy. That's the second law of thermodynamics. Calories in, calories out. That, if that's what you're trying to tell us, that has been so thoroughly debunked that you got to be wrong. But I don't want to argue with you. I love you, Rick. You know that. I love you. All life comes from plants which receive energy from an external source. Yes, but it's not a closed system unless you consider the entire universe a closed system. And that has nothing whatsoever to do with what you can do to be a carnivore, better your health. You don't need to think about, well, how does entropy play? I'm sorry, Rick. I'm just telling you. You know, I love you, but I see that word 100 times in my chat all the time, and I'm saying to myself, who cares? Unless you're discussing calories in, calories out, you don't need to be thinking about entropy. Entropy plays no part in how you sear a steak. It's real, of course it's real. Yeah, Rick appreciates discussing it. Scheduled time. We could do that, but I think Rick, I think it'd be a waste of time. It'd be a waste of time. It's been debated over the years by everybody, including Einstein and all these geniuses, and nobody's changed anybody's mind because there's too many unknowns. It's like the flat earth. You can't convince people that the earth is round. Well, why bother? Why bother? It will be a waste of time for you and I to sit around and discuss entropy. Most of the things about everything you're saying is true, but it's true under certain conditions. I'm just telling you, I don't debate with people. I do not debate. I gave up debating. All you do is make enemies when you debate. See, you're spending this whole time in this chat, Rick, debating with me, and I'm not going to do it. The word entropy just came out of my mouth for the last time. Well, and it's 8:02, so. Question, Chris Wayne. Mitch or others, is the bird virus that originated in China near the other virus? I have no idea. Depends on whose propaganda you believe. You talk about the bird flu? That's another thing. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows if this isn't just a hoax or a scam or was done on purpose? We're still trying to figure out where COVID came from. Gary Voitis says Professor Mitch. At any rate, yeah, Robbie says, scooters are us. that's us. And I'm going to try to get to the end of this. Where are you going to put all those scooters and e-bikes, says Peter. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Eventually, I'll probably sell some of them off. Because if I can sell them, at least that'll help me get paid for the work and the videos that I make. Because the scooter doesn't come close to what professionals get. To produce videos like I produce every day for ad revenue of $4.50. Most people who are in the business look at YouTube, and unless very few people make real money at it, say, look at all those stupid people doing all that work that I get paid hundreds of dollars an hour for. They're doing it for pennies an hour. Why do they do it? Well, we do it. We do it because we enjoy it. It's a hobby for most of us. And we have a community, and we have friendship. And it's fun. And it's fun. So I'm going to get down to the end of the chat here. And I'm going to get back to work because I got work to do. That's it. Danny in Boston says, Barry. She's laughing. What did Barry said? Barry said, AIBS Danny. Okay, that's a conversation that I haven't been following. At any rate, Barry Simon says, there you go, Kevin. Okay, I don't know what that means. Barry, did you send me any more memes? I'll take a quick look before we're done. No. Did you send me any texts? No. So, Did you send me any texts? No. Did you send me any texts? No. Did you send me any memes? I'll take a quick look before we're done. No. Did you send me any texts? No. Did you send me any memes? No. Did you send me any texts? No. Did you send me any memes? No. Did you send me any texts? No. Did you send me any memes? No. Did you send me any texts? No. Did you send me any texts? No. Did you send me any texts? No. So, We can go now. We can go now. Don't hate me, Rick. I don't agree with you on entropy. We'll leave it at that. We agree to disagree. We agree to disagree. And I still love you. Right? And I hope you still love me. We're not going to agree on everything, that's for sure. No two people on the planet agree on everything. Say goodbye to your friends in the chat. I will see you tonight at 7 o'clock, where Rick and I will probably end up debating entropy. Until he gets pissed or I get pissed, and I'm likely to get pissed first. Because Rick doesn't get pissed. We need to make Rick angry. Rick gets angry when he talks about central bankers. That's what I'm going to do to Rick. I'm going to start talking about central bankers and telling him how much I admire them and why they do so much good for our world and our economy, and how we couldn't live without the Federal Reserve. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to watch Rick's head explode. That would be mean, Mitch. Even though I believe none of that bullshit that I just said. And sometimes in a debate, the debater does things just to evoke an emotional response. So you never know what anybody really thinks. You never know what they really think. Rick and I are, I think, almost 100% as far as reality goes, living on the same planet. That's one of the reasons I admire Rick. We're so different from each other in makeup, in personality. But when it comes to discussing things that are real, like propaganda, corruption, money, bankers, government, he and I agree 1,000%. We're both libertarian to the core. Even though libertarians can't seem to win shit, it's a great philosophy. Stay out of my stuff, stay out of my life, stay out of my body. Don't tell me what I can smoke, take, drink, or eat. Take care of yourself, F.O. That ought to be the libertarian motto. F.O. Go away. It's obvious that that's the way I live. That's the way I live. So, Rick says, reality zone here. Yes, Rick, we agree. We agree on that. We brook no bullshit. I love that. I love it. I'll see you all tonight. Thanks so much for coming, everybody. Turned out to be a lively little discussion. It usually is. I'll see you at 7 o'clock tonight. We'll have a panel. We can all yell at each other. Until then, take the rest of the day off and eat meat.